Howdy, my dozens, my scores, and my non-binary, um, Google Plexes. It's me! This is we're streaming Disco Elysium. And today, I'm joined by the most gross? No, that's kind of rude. The most gross. It's
Liz.
By gross, I meant the number. I want you to understand that. Anyways, Disco Blizgium. Dimsko Babushka.
Avery.
Hi.
What if you put my sprite on top of your avatar?
Okay. I apologize for any noises in the background.
Why are you shrinking me? Why am
I'm in front of you guys. And move back behind you guys. Behind you.
Why am I on your shoulder?
You said put yourself in front of me.
No, I said on top of.
That is technically an on top of.
Why did you shrink me?
Okay.
Why am I small?
The game is coming up soon. The game always takes forever to load. There.
Boop hat.
I got stuffed crust pizza. I am basically as hype as ska music.
Stumped?
Yes, crump stuffed pizza. With bacon and jalapeno and Alfredo sauce. I also got brownies.
Brownie. Also, AV, why I small?
Because you asked to be on top.
But I didn't ask for small.
Well, you should have thought of that before you asked for things.
You're making me big.
Gotta go to live chat, not top chat. And you're sharing jealous of the pizza. Hold on, I was not expecting there to even be a stream tonight. I was about to assume the spirits of Ace Attorney grabbed the hands of fate and fucked up both your disco days. Yeah, annoyingly, stuff came up both on Monday and today, and so that kind of like messed up the scheduling of disco. But I've decided I gotta stream regardless, and I might, depending on if Liz is up for it, do another disco stream tomorrow, if Liz, is down for that.
Oh, yeah,
Yo, man, what's on your mind?
I don't know how busy I'm gonna be tomorrow, but I can try to be around.
Reasonable.
Also, stream game.
No.
Also, make me big.
People are so goddamn needy on my stream. Like, do this, do that. I have to deal with it from all of y'all. Just so fucking rude. Just so mean, so malignant, so absolutely abhorrent.
Oh. Oh.
Okay.
Dead body, spirit entered. What is there to talk of?
I need to remember everything that was happening last time.
You just started the nightclub and you just started going around talking to everybody. If you want, you can like re-go through dialogue if you don't remember what they've said.
That's right, alone on an...
You mean?
I would want to build a safe place for myself. A cop who's into building critique.
The church creaks in response.
Dead bodies are perennial. Okay. Dead bodies. I saw some dead. End of quote. This is an high-quality carcass.
What you're saying is religion has stopped being hardcore?
It never was. A 3,000-year-old regime of history, built by hundreds of generations of self-appointed intellectuals. Exposed to the core.
It bothers me that intellectual and intelligence, this vowel switches between an I and an E. It's fucked up.
Anodic dance.
You know what this kind of stuff goes well with.
An I and a squeeze.
Your pleasure response was more like, just wondering if he has any.
Dead bodies. I saw dead sense. End of quote. This religion of history is false core. It has collapsed. Andre doesn't care about the ecclesia, but were you right?
That's still a lie. Reassert yourself.
I want to be cool. I want to be cool.
Mewling wimp. Pathetic.
I was just called mewling. Hey.
Avery on their mutant streak.
Hey, my Genomegas. I mule.
Genomegas.
Look, anybody who gives any fuck about how generational gaps in the modern era work is now retroactively Gen Omega. You are just that much of a fail person. You have no riz. You got no jive. Every generation looks at you with disappointment.
I think eras are more important than generations.
I do think an era is probably more important than generations. Like, I mentioned this in a response on bluesky. Go on.
Because I was gonna say, it's like people like are being born every day. It's kind of like it's kind of hard to really group a generation into one like block.
Yeah, makes sense. It's like, obviously there are areas of time in which certain things are certain ways, but it's like generations make such a false separation. Like, as I was starting to say, I mentioned this in a reply on bluesky to somebody, that what people use the term like generation for nowadays is different than what it was before. See, back in the day, a generation was basically a retrospective analysis on socioeconomic trends. Like, if you were a baby boomer, you didn't say, I'm a baby boomer. You just said, I'm the person. And then later on, somebody will look back and say, that person was a baby boomer. Like, you don't get to self-identify as a Gen Alpha, or a Gen Z, or a Gen Millennial, any of those things. Those are retroactively assigned to you by people trying to designate some areas of socioeconomic similarity. There was a significant difference between the attitudes, spending, and economy of the baby boomer generation than there was, for example, with, Gen X, Gen Y, the millennials. those were all separated by very important major events that caused the economy to be significantly different, and thus people's tendency towards spending and cultural values shifting. Like, you cannot... I do not think anybody right now can give me a distinct difference between a Gen Alpha and a Gen Z. They'll be like, the humor's different. Like, no, it's not. People have been thinking weird word is funny for approximately all of human history. Like, these are completely normal things. Humor is not a way to determine a socioeconomic position. The economy is just as shit as it is, like, right now, as it was a bit ago. Like, okay, there might be some economic issues going on right now, which could possibly cause a new generation based on socioeconomic analysis. But, at the moment, while I can accept that there were millennials, and then there were things that are no longer millennials, because millennials were one of the first examples of it being determined by a temporal thing and not a socioeconomic thing, because it was the turn of the century. But, in the same vein, millennials were the first generation to really grow up with access to the internet, and so they were in turn a socioeconomic difference. They were the first one to use internet culture as compared to the prior generations, and so there is merit to a millennial being a specific thing. Meanwhile, I could accept that things after that are people who grew up in a situation where internet is now a given. It is now as much a part of culture as books are. But, like, there is no difference between an alpha and a zoomer. Like, they are identical. There is no Gen Beta that is starting up now that is identical to alphas and zoomers. Like, it's... I don't know, I'm sorry, I just get, like, really worked up about these kind of things. Like, these things have a meaning, and if you just start, like, differentiating people on completely arbitrary merits such as that, like, all you're doing is creating unnecessary division. These are not meant to make in-groups and out-groups. What they're meant is for people in the future to look back and be like, these people tended to act kind of similarly. I don't know, just, it'd be like that.
I get what you mean.
Gen Z still know what Flash games are. Gen Alphas never will. Incorrect. There are multiple Flash game websites still exist, including Newgrounds, and there are multiple programs designed to retroactively use Flash functions, even though the actual Flash player is no longer supported. These things still exist.
Like the original Binding of Isaac.
Like the original Binding of Isaac, a classic Flash game.
Anything Edmund McMillan put out before he started, like, having actual, like, game engines.
Yeah, he was a Flash game developer. A lot of great game developers started in Flash. But yeah, like, people would be like, oh, Flash... the term Flash game might fall out of the lexicon, but the concept of a Flash game will not. The Flash game is still accessible for the people who know where to look for it.
Lunacon just said, Flash games, that are given modern re-releases.
Yeah, the Henry Stickmin collection, the game devs now obviously went on to make Among Us and whatnot, was a series of Flash games that eventually got re-released. And for all intents and purposes, Among Us is in the style of a Flash game. Its art style is distinctly Flash game.
Well, yeah, it's very like vector-esque.
Exactly.
Doodles.
You know, I never noticed that Liz eyebrows rises when she talks. Well, yeah, normally she's very small. Anyways,
I'm not normally small.
Like, I'm kind of hoping that the term Flash game does stick around and is used just as a coverall for, like, any browser-based game, sort of, or simple browser-based game, even if Flash as a term is no longer applied.
But when are we going to start getting Fash games? Am I right, my conservative gamers?
Okay, we're gonna end the conversation there. Oh my goodness, why are you so suspicious about everything?
Suspicious people are esoteric people. We don't go around spilling everything to Johnny Law. They don't call me Noid for nothing. It took us setting
I'm
out for
sorry
this
for
whole
that. That was
enterprise to get our
terrible.
science synced.
That was so bad.
Why are you called Noid anyways?
It's short for paranoid.
May I ask why? What good is being
A
suspicious?
reasonable question. Say I get hurt. I want to make sure it never happens again. So I analyse the situation. Exercise caution. Caution is suspicion.
What are you suspicious of?
It'd be easier to list stuff I'm not suspicious of. I'm not suspicious of sound and colour. Mechanics and chemistry also have a trueness about them. Most anything else deceives. Wants to steal your life away.
I like Noid.
This is a good, dangerous line of questioning. You should prod him on.
What are the most suspicious things?
I don't have a top 10 list of things I'm most suspicious of, but if I had one, the left-right complex would be number 1. Number 2 would be their sole accomplishment, the pig-wheat paradigm.
Does this mean you are mentally ill? Tell me more about the left-right business.
I prefer not to. Both ask the wrong questions. Any spark of light from either one is accidental. Their combined movement's only concern is producing enough pig and wheat for everyone. The end goal of humanity. The original mistake was assuming that words have more being than bodies. That's what led us astray, far from our true lives.
I see.
We may yet find a way back.
Okay.
Whatever this true life is, you feel it's the real centerpiece of this mythology.
What's suspicious about the production of pork and wheat?
It's our only shit. We should make better use of not being animals or cereal grain ourselves.
What's your opinion on cereal grains?
I eat cereal for breakfast.
What's your opinion on amaranth?
I don't recognize that word off the top of my head.
World First Disco Fascist playthrough. Some people have done it. Itch.io has several browser games. I do think that some websites have really fallen off with their online game repertoire. Mini Clips used to be one of the preeminent Flash game websites, and now it has 2 games that link to apps.
Link to Squaps.
That was one of the downfalls. That and the buying out of addictinggames.com. Go on.
I hate so many things that require an app.
Yeah, not everyone has a phone. A smartphone, I should specify. You should probably have a phone, but you don't need a smartphone. It's not a necessary part of life.
Like, I know when we were setting up a new modem and everything the other week, the instructions were like, you need to download the app to set this up, and it's like, why does setting up a modem require an app?
Yeah, that's stupid. I believe I have had to use an app to set up a modem before.
My internet is good now, at least, though.
Well, better than nothing. At least you're not 2G.
Yeah, now I'm on 5G.
Jaden, I see your point about the generation divide of pre- and post-COVID. On the contrary, while COVID did have a major impact, socioeconomic impact, I feel like it was both too short and too universal. Everyone got affected by COVID, pretty much equivalently, across the entire planet. Every generation was heavily affected by it on their lives and daily cultures. And
why did Penrose say that?
Because you've got the COVID transgender beams. Pay attention. But At the same... Go on.
When did I come out as trans?
Oh, you know, a while ago. You got hit by the 5G. Yeah, it transgender. But, where was I? Just had the thought in my head. Slowly putting it back. Okay, yeah, everybody was affected by COVID, and obviously some people, like, their first 3 years of school were during COVID, so they had to deal with a pandemic and then later going to school. But at the same time, like, everybody who had to deal with the pandemic spent more time not in the pandemic than they have in the pandemic. Pretty much everybody. If you were a very small child, most of your time was spent at home regardless. You did not have the cultural context to understand that there was a pandemic going on, really. In the same way that most kids didn't know 9/11 happened. Go on.
What year did COVID start?
2019. Wait, no, 2020. It was April 2020, I think? April or March 2020.
Okay, then I did come. Then Penrose is wrong. I came out as trans before COVID.
Yeah, March 2020. Sorry, I got confused with 2019 because that's when other bullshit started. Yeah, like, if you were a child who was, like, preschool age, you did not have the knowledge to understand why you were not going to school anymore. Like, maybe if you, like, went to school for 2 years and then suddenly you weren't anymore, you would for, like, a couple of years, that would seem weird, but then you'd eventually go back to going to school for approximately, like, 7 years. Like, the amount of time spent in isolation was not a significant enough amount of time for that to be enough of a cultural impact to really designate a new generation. Like, the generation that lived through the Great Depression was not necessarily a different generation to the ones around it. Like, obviously there was a major socioeconomic thing there, but you could say that the people who lived when it started and the people who lived as it was getting better are approximately the same people. Sorry, that one's just, like, I guess another, like, impact is, like, a lot of people died, and that could have had another major effect on how people have an outlook on life, because most people don't have to deal with deaths in the family until they're, like, in their, like, young adulthoods, maybe later. So the fact that people had to deal with it at much, much younger ages across the board would probably have some psychological effect on that generation.
I imagine... I mean, yeah, it's kind of like how they categorize the silent generation.
Yeah.
Because it's the people that lived in the aftermath of, like, so many people dying in World War I.
Yeah, so, if anything, we could theoretically have something that's equivalent to a silent generation. But the issue is, it's impossible to have a silent generation when we have so much communication nowadays. Like, if everybody is incredibly loud all of the time. Why am I lagging so much? Why has nobody pointed out that I'm lagging?
Sorry, I've been siphoning your animation data.
So fucked up.
I'm slurping it up.
That's using, like, a lot of... Okay. Anyways. Lucky Charms is one of the best cereals.
Yeah.
It's bad about cereal grain. Having enough food could be a precursor for great things.
Yes, having food is means to an end. But the left never talks about the end, only the means. Caps are likewise suckers, constantly sleepless in worry. It's our only
Animals are cute.
Nothing. Animals are cool, guys. I like animals too, but that doesn't mean I have to be one myself.
Very fair.
It's our only shit. We should make better use of not being animals.
It's our only shit and we fucking suck at it. Does it mean you are mentally ill?
Mental illness is a term the powers use to homogenise people. I think I don't reach mental illness. I am merely politically ill. A suspicious element.
Politically ill. Noid, you've said a lot of things, but the first one I've related to is that.
Noid's dialogue is really good.
Noid is great. I like Noid, even if he is a little paranoid. Penrose, don't make the first thing I see in chat when I look over still not worth my foreskin. Did you need something, Plague? You mentioned me with a question mark, as if trying to get my attention for something. Instead of just writing your question out fully, or other comment fully, so that I could just see that since it's in the same location. Like, you're not getting my attention. The chat constantly is getting my attention by simply having things update.
Update. Update.
Oh, earlier. Then you should have said something like that. Pay attention.
Penrose said, Creed stinky, Creed stinky, Creed stinky, Creed stinky, Creed stinky, Creed stinky.
Constantly, once every 5 to 10 minutes. Look, I've been on the ball with chat tonight. You step off.
I think you've been on this small.
Okay, Blake says, never told me what you meant by being streamed Indians. I've been considering, for Saturdays, as per Mako's suggestion, doing commissions on stream so I can, like, focus on doing that on the air while I do, like, work on other things when I would normally be working on commissions. And so I was asking people I currently have commissions with to be like, would you be okay with this commission being streamed? Because I know some of my friends obviously wouldn't, but some people I don't know the answers to. And so I've asked to be like, would you be okay with me broadcasting me working on this, or would you prefer it to be done in private?
I do think art streams would be pretty cool.
I mean, you might not know this, but I am a professional artist. I have drawn things for money before.
More like a professional fartist, got him. No. 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 No.
That was certainly stimulating. I want to ask you about something else now.
His eyes flicker.
You mentioned true life. What would that be like?
A life is true if it's free from fear, an internal division among oneself. And others, mankind has seeds of greatness in it. A germinal will come, a return to trueness. It will be hardcore.
How would you go about returning to this true life?
Beats and bright lights to shatter falsehoods. Nerve impulses for the collective body. We are very much alike in basic structure. An hard enough beat would awaken everyone to a truer calling. In unity.
Just like that. The speed freak is right in your face. His eyes burning. His comrades look on worriedly. The young man is dead serious about this.
Playing bass round, hard enough beat and waking a room to shoot me. You keep mentioning hardcore. What does it mean to you?
Utmost dedication. Thoughts from the spinal cord. It's a potent superlative as well. Egghead usually has a better concept of the hardcore. He just really likes saying hardcore. Hardcore!
It's just behind the mixtails, with a smile surpassing Your own in wideness. A total moon face. And eyes full of naive wonderment. That was vague. Dedication, something else relative.
Maybe you're being too specific about it. Try consulting with your spinal cord.
So you're advocating a noise-based society.
Many non-Occidental cultures share a beat at their art. Thus, they are closer to true, hardcore life. There's just never been enough of them, and they had to rely on some extremely basic percussion.
Lord of the Western Plain, it is really happening right here. The migrants are contaminating our youth.
Conceptualization, what the fuck? Why is conceptualization making me have a racist option?
I don't know.
They were excited about it right now. Where were you? A terrible vision of the future, which you apparently don't care for.
Oh yeah, sure thing.
Look at the clothes.
They're hardcore.
Is it?
They're just clothes.
Are they? Will there be more to it?
Nah, it's just a vest of suspenders made to resemble a human rib cage. Plus some lady clothes to piss off the sex system. Now tell me about that hardcore necktie. It's fucking primal.
What's so hardcore but it's my friend and accomplice. It makes me party harder.
I can see that. And you've partied very hard for a very long time, haven't you? It looks like you're trying to hang yourself with it. So large, too. So many different patterns. It's crazy, man. I like it.
You suddenly realize the patience and respect this speed freak has shown you is partly because of your style. He's probably not like that with everyone.
Respect as a man! They're hardcore. It's just a style. They're just clothes. Nah, these are just boring, normal, hardcore clothes. That's outlandish.
What's so outlandish about it?
It looks like you're trying to hang yourself with it.
You suddenly realize...
Respect as a man!
Caught the key.
Oh.
Necktie is on. Analyzed the beat.
Wait, maybe save before you do that because you can't boost your conceptualization anymore.
Yo, man, what's on your mind?
Anyways, we win these!
Dedicated, hyperactive,
Yeah!
unified. You'll have to add something of your own to understand this list of loosely formed qualities called hardcore. You need your own entry. Make it. Test your limits. Surpass them. Dance till you drop. Dance till you die, if you must.
This is taking place in Revisional Hardcore Rising. Can only happen here in the bottom of the geopolitical abyss. Those are the warlords of today. Will be given a fresh start. Long live the world that gave shape to hardcore to complete itself, a true heir to DeLorean values, 3.5 centuries, and it gives, keeps on giving. I've got the money, I've got the place, I've got the figure, you've got the phase. Let's get together. We'll jump on all over the world. I'm going to truly wreck myself as a machine of modern party in a final showdown between flesh and spirit. I am the law. See the sunshine, we ain't stopping, keep on dancing till the world ends. You know it feels unfair, there's a party everywhere. I don't seem to have anything to add to the court.
Hardcore Rising, Revengeance.
What are all of these options? I'm even trying to just determine what the options mean. I'm aware I have to add to the core, but what does it mean? What does any of it mean?
I think 2 is probably a moralist answer, because it mentions DeLorean values.
Yeah, I assume the first one's the fascist answer, because it's mentioning Revachol specifically. The second one's probably the moralist. The 3 is the ultra-liberal. I don't see a communist answer. I do like I'm gonna truly wreck myself as a machine of modern party in a final showdown between flesh and spirit. See the sunshine, we ain't stopping, keep it until the world ends. I think that's Apocalypse Cop.
I love. I don't seem to have anything to add to the core.
Whatever political illness would you like to choose from?
I think 8 is probably boring cop.
Yeah. I think if I had to choose, I think it's either this one or this one. See the sunshine, we ain't stopping, keep on dancing till the world ends.
I do love the idea of dancing till the world ends.
Let's fucking go.
If you fear it, let it happen. Keep on dancing till the world ends.
Thank you, conceptualization.
Thought gained. Hardcore aesthetic.
Other signs are saying, can you help me contact the coalition?
You sure that's a good idea? Those are some serious frequencies you want to mess with.
Come on, Noid. I think we owe him.
Asel's right. He's one of us now.
Stop dancing.
Guess it would be pretty soft core for me to say no, wouldn't it?
Now's the screw thoughtful.
Yeah, alright. If you're going to sync up with them, you're going to need a serious wave generator of your own. You understand what I'm saying?
What about the radio relay tower at Land's End? Is that serious enough?
Not likely. Scoped that spot a while back. It's shortwave stuff, mostly commercial. Plus it's all rusted out.
Build it ourselves! We built this nightclub, we can build anything!
Wait, could we build a radio transmitter ourselves?
Yeah, maybe. Tech-wise, radio's not the spookiest thing around. Our part's finding an antenna big enough to align with those mega low frequencies.
An antenna hardcore enough to shake the whole world!
Maybe not that big, but pretty big.
Alright, I guess also save before this one.
In history counts, this case would be a Soviet machine. The sentence that she shared because it's not for reals. The super is this she shared to show the Yeah, we could discuss it further later.
Avery.
Yo,
What?
man, what's on your mind?
What if when you were looking through the options to add to the hardcore, one of them was Dear Pesky Plumbers?
Dear pesky plumbers. Not only have you
Plumbers.
Not only have you internalized the hardcore aesthetic, you've also contributed to it. How hardcore could you possibly come? Low-core people come about you to correct your typos. It's hardcore here, hardcore there, or hard or core. They're hardcore in a third instant. What's going on? Those aren't typos, man. That's how core hardness works. If you don't know hardcore from our happy hardcore, what the fuck are we even talking about? Okay, go. That's one's too important. That's being sober. I like that one because it gives me money.
Well, you've already kind of explored the map at this point.
Van Eyck posters.
That one doesn't really do anything for you.
Object. Jamrock Shuffle. Hobo Cop. Wasteland of Reality. I mean, this is the sober one. Almost came to a con. That's the moralism one. Actual art degree is too good. I have I found all of the orbs more or less? Wait, what's a green orb?
That's just a regular, like, environmental thing.
Oh,
I think, I think you've already explored the map.
it's not like we're
for
want
the-
for money anymore.
Yeah. It's also only 10 cents. At this point, it'd only be a couple more cents.
Fuck grammar, -2 interphasing.
What? I was gonna say, were there any other ones you're interested in?
The only other one that I'd be interested in is possibly magnesium-based life form. I could always increase a point in one of my things.
How long? Oh yeah, you do have a skill point. I would say wait. Actually, I would say stop researching. Well, how long does it take to research hard for?
1:50.
Well, unfortunately, you have 2 interfacing checks coming up. That is one thing I will spoil you to.
Well, we'll get there when we get there. I believe in the me that believes in the squee.
What's on your mind?
Believes in the me.
This is easy. Antennas are basically just tall things, right?
We could use the steeple of this church. Points up.
The young man looks straight up, following the line of your finger. A frown comes over his face.
Not likely to work. This old church is made from pine wood. They don't make too many pine wood antennas.
Ours will be the first!
Nah, it won't be. There can't be a first to something that can't be.
I guess we can't do that quest anymore.
Oh, Avery.
Let me level up conceptualization. I guess I could just reload. Load the save.
Yo, man, what's on your mind?
This is easy. Antennas are basic.
We send it until we bend it. Because we can't get conceptualization any higher.
Man, what's on your mind?
Close your eyes. Unfold your mental map of Martinez. It's morning. You're standing on the plaza before the whirling in rags. The wind pushes a piece of tear across the cracked tiles. From the north comes the malicious laughter of 2 children.
Turn to face the bay.
Your eye follows the tiles west. You see a bench and a few twisted, pitiful trees. Then, just water. From behind you, a low, spectral voice whispers, "Nay."
Turn to face the apartments.
Beyond the unkempt backyard rises a monstrous assemblage of concrete, plaster, and corrugated sheet metal.
Reasonable.
The voice again, more urgent now. "Nay."
I'm glad conceptualization and shivers are working together here.
Just a moment. That voice isn't human, and it's not saying nay. It's saying nay.
It's the horse statue!
You turn around. The morning sun is blinding. You bring your hand to your brow, and a great shadow materializes before you. A towering beast, frozen in mid-air.
The statue of Philippe III.
Centaur Man is made of metal. With the right gear, we could make it work.
Yeah! Connect the centaur to the lorries! Unite the whole roundabout in hardcore waves!
Huh? Sounds like Egg saying you could use some of the spare cables to rig up the stalled motor lorries and increase the wavelength, which would pretty much make the old roundabout one giant antenna.
One roundabout!
That's a brilliant idea. I like this game.
Hardcore!
We shall call it the Herald of Destruction!
Pretty hardcore. Maybe it would be better to go with something more positive.
We have the amps! We have the cables! We're almost ready! Yeah!
He's right. All we're missing now It's the transceiver itself. Soon as you find one, we'll be all set.
A bridge receiver? Cool. I've got this. I've seen plenty of those lying around.
Exactly. You could buy one. You could steal one.
And before you ask, no, you can't have the radio from my kinema.
Okay, let's see. You know what, Kim? I'll find an even better radio on my own. There doesn't he have something we could use? Do any computers have transceivers in them? Saw a radio in that office near the harbor. Maybe the pawn shop will have one? Radio computers have transceivers in them?
Probably. Thing is, you'd have to be an engineer to get it out. I'd stick with regular radios if I were you.
I think I saw a radio in that office near the harbor.
Some equipment from harbour could work. Worth the legwork at least.
The pawn shop will have one.
Maybe. If you want to pay money like some kind of money lord.
Money lord?
The shop could have one.
Doesn't he have something we could use?
Can't do it. We just got this place set up. Can't go risking Egg's most important equipment.
How about an even better radio on my
I
own?
highly doubt that. When I crank the volume on my dyno wave, it's like you're in the front row at the National Concert Hall.
Alright, Kim. Challenge accepted.
A cop-on-cop challenge. Not bad. Let's see what you come up with. Though I have to say, cop cars and lorries usually pack the best equipment in town.
I guess I need to find one of these transceivers then.
While you're gone, me and Egg will get the rest of the gear together. Meet us back here when you got it.
Take care, Noid.
I will say, continuing law of responsibility is probably something you want to, like, do as your, like, final big event at the church.
Okay.
She's whistling a melody, her trusty contact mic attached to a wooden pulpit.
Or maybe
sound
the
of your
second
footsteps,
big, like
she
the
stops
second big
what she
event.
was doing and turns to you.
I feel like it's important to let you know that there is a boxer called Contact Mike.
Hey there. I've been recording some new audio from all these beams and rafters. The sounds travelling through the wood are pretty cool. Creaks and stuff. Like you're underwater.
Creeks
you know?
normally do have water.
But like, underwater inside a tree.
Ah, mangrove.
But that's not really what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to thank you instead.
What for?
For getting me and my friends in here. And we even found some new associates, such as they are.
How's everyone doing?
Good, I think. Noid is getting a read on the place. I think he finds the carpentry very impressive. Andre's been setting up the compressor and dancing. Egghead's been keeping the party up. He's got the stage under control.
I squeak.
Sauna, the programmer, she's doing whatever she does behind that radio computer of hers. She doesn't talk to us much, and the crabman hasn't shown himself, thank God.
Now, can you tell me about your associates?
Sure. You helped us out. I can repay the favour. What do you want to know?
Tell me about Suna.
Oh, she's a bit odd, I have to say. Doesn't talk much. I'm not really sure how to vibe with her, you know? Seems like she's not in a very good mood most of the time.
Yeah, it's being a programmer.
But earlier today she told me about Welkins. And she seemed oddly happy, like she had some idea with those little creatures. Some artistic idea. I didn't really listen, I was busy with my mic.
It happens. What about Tiago?
Oh, the crab man. Still gives me the creeps the way he moves. But he doesn't actually come down that much, just climbs around the rafters. I just tried to stay away from the crab man. But he talks to Noid. They seem to have some thing going on.
There's no way, what for?
Beats me. Noid said they get along somehow. They're both crazy enough, I guess.
That's fair. I respect the Noid-Tiago relationship. What do they do up there?
knows? He doesn't really answer our questions, see? Not that it's easy to ask them. What are we supposed to do? Yell up at the tower?
Thanks. What the
Who do
others?
you want to know about?
Tell me about Andre.
Andre? He's a cool guy. Doesn't really come off as one, but he is. To me, at least. He takes care of shit. Sorry. I mean, he's got a vision. For what life should be, you know? He tries to push things until everything falls into place. He's an organiser.
What has he organized?
Nothing. But then again, there's nothing to organise around here either.
Fair
He
enough.
really wants this church thing to work. Must have taken it as a sign when he found it abandoned like that. Said it was an augury. I don't know where he got that from. Andre's not super intelligent. I've never seen him so psyched about anything though. And he's often psyched. Looks sort of desperate, like it's his last chance or something. Or maybe he was just high. I mean, not that he does drugs, just high, you know.
Like, so, we're players, but we're corrupt. We're on to the marrow. You can tell us about drugs and shit. I don't give a fuck. We just look, 18-3.
I love how it's not, I don't give a fuck, it's I don't give fuck.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, drugs, shit, fuck. We don't care.
Hell yeah, Kim gets a rocket.
Yes. Anyway.
Is Andre your boyfriend?
Yes.
Tell me about the others.
Who do you want to know about?
Tell me about the Noid.
He's a four-burger, I guess, like the rest of us. Okay, maybe not Egg, I don't know about him, but Noid and the rest are from Forburg, making the pilgrimage up north to visit the Elysium. He's real hardcore about the lifestyle.
What's he do?
What do you mean do? Like for a living?
Only for breakfast, of course for
He's a carpenter, trained and all. He's very good, he just doesn't have the mindset to work like that, in a shop somewhere.
That's because Noid is violently hardcore. I have internalized it. I understand why he doesn't stoop to servitude. Do you?
Wow, you really have talked to him. Indeed, Noid serves no master but the beat.
And you?
Sir, I abide by the law.
A strange feeling. Every now and then, something feels off about the way she speaks. She doesn't change tone, but you feel as though there's more about her than she lets on.
What do you mean do? He's a carpenter. Wow, you really have
What about
talked.
him?
What do you want to know?
What is pilgrimage talking about?
It's just something poor Forburg kids do every spring. To pass the time, we walk the entire length of Boogie Street, up to Jamrock. Or as much as possible.
Why wouldn't it be?
I don't know, man. Have you been down Boogie Street? It's a little bewildering.
Oh, I'm sorry. Haven't I told you I'm a raging alcoholic who recently drank himself to an oblivion so deep he can't even remember what sounds like the biggest street in the city? Let's say I haven't been down Boogie Street.
Okay. Then you should go and take a look, I guess. Boogie Street is cool. It's got a lot of immigrants and all kinds of different people.
Oh, and I'm also a raging fascist who doesn't approve of different people. So no, I don't think I'll be... Just the line of that one going into that would just be like, I'm a raging alcoholic who's drinking to oblivion. I'm also a raging fascist. So like they'll make their chest pains and need to continue drinking, but thank you. I might have a heart attack and or stroke at any moment, and I'm constantly drinking, but thanks.
So many weird options.
I might just do that if I make it there alive.
Yeah. I hope you do.
Tell me about the others.
Who do you want to know about?
What's the deal with Egghead?
What do you mean?
Why does he think he's doing what he's doing when he yells all the stuff?
Oh, that. He's the party boy.
He told me as much, but what exactly is a party boy?
A Nordic music doesn't really do vocals in the traditional sense. Vocals are thought of as rock. That's to say they're a bit backward. No offense if you like rock music though. Rock music's cool by me.
Pachoo, swish. Your credentials as the resident future man of Russia are being questioned. Show her you're hip with the times.
Pachoo, pachoo, swish.
Yeah, damn right, rock music is the coolest. Rock music forever. Just taking going. You don't have to tell me rock is backwards. I'm the future man. I abandoned rock in the 30s. Stupid rock. Stupid rock.
Future man.
Pachoo.
Okay. Anyway, if you don't have vocals, you still need someone to say something every now and then, right? To urge things on. That's where the party boy comes in. He basically just stands on the stage and dances and yells how awesome everything is. It's very catchy.
Chat, who's your favorite rock band? And also Liz, who's your favorite rock band?
Who's your favorite Throckmorton band?
My cousin Throckmorton? The skateboarder?
Yeah.
My favorite rock band is OK Go.
I understand. People are usually afraid to do things if others aren't already doing them. Dancing makes you dance, like sneezing makes you sneeze, or yawning makes you...
Avery Yawnery? The Yawnery games?
And now you're all infected with it too!
Anyway.
Embarrassed of the enthusiasm of his interjection. Where's he from? How long has he been with you guys?
Actually, we don't know where he's from, or who he is, really.
Did you know that, sociopathy makes you less likely to yawn when other people are yawning?
Oh.
One time we were out partying somewhere in backwater Forburg. Or maybe even Coal City. I can't remember. Maybe it was Coal City. Egg was yelling along to some jam someone was spinning. All night long. Just kept yelling until he didn't have a shred of voice left. When the sun came up over the mines. There were mines? Yeah. It was in Coal City. Egg came with us. He made this wheezing puppy dog sound all the way back. Couldn't even speak. It was definitely Coal City. Because it took us 2 days to walk back to the fort. He just wheezed the whole way. We never really asked why he came with us. Or who he was. I think his name is Jermaine. People are sweet.
You can see it must have been a great night. The memory causes her to go silent for a moment or two.
Did you know that a moment is an actual unit of time? It is a minute and a half.
Oh.
You
I
wish you
love that Egghead just showed up one day.
That's how friendships work sometimes. You just show up. Egghead's not the stepdad. He's the dad who stepped up. What about the
Who
others?
do you want to know about?
Actually, do tell me about yourself.
Me? Again?
Yes, I forgot. Tell me about yourself.
I told you, I'm a silver bird.
There's that phrase again. Really reminds you of something.
What does that mean?
It means I don't answer questions about myself.
There's more to you than you let on. What am I not seeing?
Alright,
The tape recording looks you in the eye.
there is.
Oh, please, you have to answer me.
Is there a law that would stop me from lying, though?
That would depend on the circumstances.
Thanks, Kim. Fair enough.
Thank you. Me? Again?
Actually, no.
Yes. Better that way.
Thank you. Some other questions.
Sure.
Catch the silver bird.
Reaction speed legendary.
We win these. Also, I should swap this one out real quick.
The odd core.
Reaction speed. I put the squeeb in the beeb, if you know what I mean.
Reaction squee.
Liz, quick question.
Huh.
How well do you think you would do on an episode of Creed per day? Is that the only reaction speed outfit I have?
You had a hat, but I think you might have given it to Estelle when you first met her.
Well,
Welcome back.
we win these.
The silver bird has already flown away. I will catch it later.
It's just been V, Docs, and Mac. Yeah. It would be nice if there were more, if I had more people willing to take part in Creed Pretty, but those are the three, like, the most available people, and so I was just wondering if you would have had any interest in participating in a Creed Pretty.
I'm not really sure how well I do on a Jeopardy game.
I mean, you don't need to know, like, you don't need to know the answers. You just need to be able to be comfortable answering questions you're probably going to get wrong. Because that's what the others are doing. They get them wrong very often.
Oh.
The questions aren't designed to be easy to answer.
Squeezy answer.
Vibrations thump through your blue soul. The music sounds much better in the church. A hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gilles Lane, tangled in its branches, something bronze flutters in the wind.
Thank you, Shivers.
Didn't you already did the tape though? I think.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know why Shivers reminds you of that hawthorn tree like so many times.
In the air, in front of him, the audio mixer. One reel spinning. The other reel deck is empty. Cables run hither and thither. On one side you see an auxiliary line in with the number 4.5 written next to it.
How do you like it in the church?
Yeah! Back on the case! No disgrace! Bring it down to party place! The first page of the second chapter!
Voice echoes all around the Grand Hall. I like Andre, and second, further away Andre.
Hey Avery.
Hi.
Fun fact. Egghead's voice actor is the same as Andre.
Really?
Yeah, they're the same voice actor.
Wild.
Could it be?
And you know
Maybe
another
for
character
him,
who's also the same
only have a
voice
chapter
actor?
or two left in you. Last of the penultimate, more like.
What was that?
I was gonna say, do you know you want to know another character who also same voice actor?
The Noid is the same voice actor as Tiago.
Well, no, I was gonna say, like, do you want to know another character who's voiced by the same person that voices Egghead and Andre?
Everard.
Yes. And also, Rosemary, one of the drunks.
I see. Alright, could it be?
Also, hey, you leveled up from that. Nice.
Maybe for him, you only have a chapter or two left in you. Last the penultimate one. Right.
Oh, hey man, it's good to see you. Goodbye, officer.
Now talk to Suna, I guess. Suna.
Yes, what is it?
How's the project going? I see that your neighbors have moved in, but all I hear is another dance music.
What? What did you say?
You can barely hear over the thumping bass of the another dance music. He said, how's the project going?
I can't hear you! The music is too loud!
The project? How is it going?
Oh, the project! It's not going well!
Why?
There's that guy! I need him to plug a 3.5 cable into the auxiliary input so that I can route the audio signal through the mixer into the speakers.
Why don't you just ask him?
He doesn't listen to me! He only ever seems to care about hardcore and Yekukata! A place to be, apparently!
I'll speak to him, see what I can do.
Thanks! Maybe you can get through his magic rhymes!
It's jazzing to mock him.
Let me know how it goes!
Egghead.
A better deal! Yeah! Medium car!
Moralism line.
Medium core. Egg, can you please route Suna's signal through your speakers?
There's a mega! Yeah! I can route it through auxiliary. What kind of a cable does she use? 3.5 or 4.5?
That was the most, like, succinct thing you've ever said. Like, that was a normal-ass sentence. What's wrong with you? 3.5, no doubt about it. It's on the ground. Point to it.
Oh, she uses 3.5. Yeah. The auxiliary lining is 4.5 millimeter. These two don't mix.
Oh no, we're going to be in this church forever.
Yes!
Don't worry, I have an adapter for it right here.
He picks up the cable on the ground and leaves it for the jack.
Hang on, this is a 4.5. We're all good, people.
He sticks the plug into the auxiliary line. You hear a satisfying click.
Great! Someone got through to him. Okay, let's get it all set up. Can we turn the music off, please?
I don't like that. I don't like this. What was that?
Are you ready, Avery?
No, but like I don't like that they were like, oh, this is a 4.5, which implies that she did not know that it was not a 4.5 and thought it was a 3.5, which seems wrong. Like, with this, it makes it feel like there should have been a perception check that I failed. Egg, the music?
Everybody, don't panic. I'm going to turn off the Arno for just a sec for a special scheduled event. The Arno will be back, but we're doing something else for one moment. All right, go tell her that Egghead is ready to rave to her tunes, and then I'll turn off the music.
All right, goodbye, Egghead.
Let's save real quick.
A lot of saves in this church.
Yeah?
Yes, what is it?
Alright, talk to Egghead. He plugged in the cable. You can now unmute your speakers.
Okay, but think you can ask him to turn the volume down a bit? Just in case.
Maximum!
Shouts Egghead, a great smile adorning his face larger than a red dwarf star.
Maximum is the only way!
I know it is, but could you please turn it down just this instance? Just this one time? Maximum is not the only way.
Pump it to the brick! Pump it to the hard master! There's no other way! Glue style!
See? He pumps it to the hard master. It's hopeless.
Why do you want to turn on the volume?
Because I'm afraid that something might happen. It's an unknown phenomenon. We can always turn it back up if there's a need.
Can't turn down the hardcore!
I think what Egghead is trying to say is that the volume button is stuck on maximum. Glued in place, in fact.
Of course it is.
But, like, you're trying to hear a sound that might be nearly imperceptible. You're going to want the volume as high as possible.
Yeah! Permanent enlightenment! Ray of sound!
Never mind then. Let's get on with our project. I'm going to unmute the speakers on a count of 5.
Alright.
Everyone ready?
Let's see what it's going to be.
Egghead pumps his hand up in the air, waiting for the beat to drop.
Born ready. Ready.
Everyone immediately dies.
I'm ready if you two are detectives.
The lieutenant nods stoically. Suddenly, your palms are sweaty.
Knees
Chest
weak.
seems cold.
Mom spaghetti?
Somehow, there's tightness in your chest. Anxiety.
Are you ready?
Hold on for a moment.
What?
Should I continue being hesitant?
No, I think this is just if you want to, like...
Maybe we should do this. It's too dangerous on maximum volume,
No,
too.
we should definitely do this. I am going to do this. Ready?
There's no options here. Never mind. Let's do this. I'm ready.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Send it!
Mute disengaged.
She lifts her hand from the keyboard. Complete silence fills the room.
No wind outside, no waves, no floorboards creaking. Total, continuous silence. This is unnatural. The woman looks around. In the silence, you see dust move on the floorboards. The driver of the speaker vibrates in the air and then stops. Plasterwork begins to crumble down the walls. In the silence, a low hum starts creeping up your spine. It's a song inside you, not in the speakers, not in the room. A great bass sigh in the basement of your mind. Slowly, it builds until the air around you starts to vibrate. It's out there now, in the world, made manifest.
Thanks, physical instrument. What? The speaker vibrates in the air and then stops. Plaster begins to crumble on the walls. In the silence, a low hum starts creeping up your spine. It's a song inside of you. Not in the speakers, not in the room. A great bass sigh in the basement of your mind. Slowly it builds until the air around you starts to vibrate.
It will devour everything.
Thanks, Half-Light!
The floorboards, the glass, the streets and the people. Nothing will remain.
Guys, what's going on?
There's alarm in the man's voice as he steps back to scan his surroundings. A light rattle, like crystal clattering in the cupboard, fills the air, joining the chorus.
It's getting louder!
Says annoyed, his eyes riveted on the strange circles of water basins.
In the basins, the water looks like it's boiling.
Oceana! Mother of Mega!
Your Egghead yell, then something else, but his voice is growing faint.
In his mind, a tidal wave approaching from afar, swallowing entire coastlines on its way. Salvation. He's peaking, the worst high he's ever been on.
It was in me at first.
The beauty and the beat! The future of dance! Planetary!
No, Egg! It's the window!
Lashes around Dolores Day's vacant heart appear to be vibrating from the sound. It almost looks as if she's alive.
In the corner of your eye, the lieutenant steps aside, cautiously, his eyes searching for a possible evacuation route.
The window is going to come down! No, the roof!
So a screech fills the air, a scream of wooden nails. The pillars of the church twist and creak above and around you.
Cracks appear on the stained glass window. Cracks run up the wooden pillars in the dark.
Come down to us! Love!
Below it, all the bass grows, like the jaws of a giant compressor gnawing on metal and wood. It does not sound benevolent at all.
Evil noise.
A great pulse arises in your flesh.
Thanks, composure.
That's it. I'm muting it.
Everybody don't think it's beautiful. It just doesn't even. Oh, I want to dance with somebody. Start tapping your foot. That's a deranged thing to say.
Oh, I want to feel the heat with somebody.
Hell yeah.
Shit! It doesn't stop. A seal? Have you? Yes, I've turned it off.
She yells, holding the contact mic in her hand.
Andre, pull the compressor! The place is gonna come down!
Fuck! I can't shut it up. The signal's passed. It's not in here. It's...
This is it. A great roar. The vault of the roof twists above you. Glass shatters somewhere near the door. It's coming down.
Egghead, whatever you do, don't stop it.
But then it stops. Totally and utterly. As if there never was a sound. Only your ears still ring from the shock. Everybody is staring at Egghead, holding a dangling cable in his hand. A black 3-pin connector.
Egg.
I pulled the plug. It was getting too hardcore.
Oh.
You did good, Egg. Most of the place seems to be intact. Fucking hell. Programmer lady, tell me you were recording that.
4 years. 22 people. Millions of reals. All that time? This is what we were up against. Just erased it. Suliswolf isn't gonna believe this.
Yeah, but did you record it though? It was dope. I think we can use it.
Yes, Andre. I recorded it. Damn, I need to send some letters now.
You wash yourself, wipe the dust off her sweater, and rest her hands on the keyboard.
Thank you all for doing this. Eggman, you too. And you, officer. I don't know what we've discovered, but I know what it sounds like now. That's a start.
Kim, did you hear that?
It was very hard not to. I think you're right. There is something going on here. And you need to be very careful with it.
This feels like a plot line that's not going to develop fully.
I promise, officer. We will not play it again.
What was it? I've never heard anything like that.
It was mathematical information from the anomaly, presented as a waveform. That's what it was technically. Theoretically, I have no idea. I've never even heard of anything like this.
It was a sound loud enough to start destroying the room we were in, and existing without being recorded.
A voice seems muffled in the silent church. It's your ears adjusting after the exposure.
Eldritch Core just dropped, chat. I'd listen to some Eldritch Core, I'll be honest. I'm gonna write...
You are Eldritch Core.
Yes. I know.
Yes, our lead designer. And maybe some of the producers too. And some of the writers. If they're sober enough to open a transmission. They need to hear.
That it wasn't her fault. Or theirs.
Reasonable.
They need to hear about this. Don't worry, I won't send the recording. Although I doubt they have the speakers to produce the frequency anyway.
Comes now. Are you going to...
Stay here. I'm going to stay here with these lunatics. Send letters, maybe meet Suliswolf. Also devise further measurements.
Imagine going from a game designer to discovering, like, an eldritch noise.
Yeah.
Bit of a career shift.
I want you to know that's totally chill with us.
I don't care, but thank you anyway.
I don't care.
As she can manage for Andre. It's quite a lot in truth. For her, at least.
Now, I have a theory to come up with. Some kind of preliminary explanation to all this. Or the letter will sound like I've lost my mind.
Yes, and we have to get back to stabilizing Martinez. Instead of demolishing it with loud bass noise of unknown origins.
That bass is hardcore to the mega.
Some tiny hard thing lets go in your stomach. You're still alive.
Thanks, physical instrument. Good to know. Sometimes I get worried.
You have an explanation for all this. Somewhere deep in you, you know. The
Heard
person
of
you
Doom
were
commercials.
knows.
+2, Cop of the Apocalypse.
Hey, finally, Apocalypse Cop pays off. Okay, let me get all my logic clothes on, I guess. Logic clothing. For all of my logical logicking.
Any logic in chat?
We got some logic in the chat. Word up if you out here being logical. Okay, I think that's all my logic equipment. Anything dropping it at all? No.
Yes, what is it?
Form a theory on the 2 mm hole in the world.
Hiya.
Not in the main menu. Go.
Oh.
Just save game real quick.
Yes, what is it?
You don't have to.
Nice.
You already have. A long time ago.
Wait, how?
These thoughts formed in you somewhere, in a long-forgotten discussion, behind a kitchen table, in the evening light, drinking coffee and smoking, with a friend. And a woman, she was there too. Her hair smelled of shampoo and she was smoking.
Suna, it is the origin point of the Pale.
What?
The swallow. It's how it starts. It's baby Pale.
But Pale isn't here. We're thousands of kilometers from the edge.
That comforts her.
No, we'll go first. We are 20 meters from the very edge. What does that affect? A transition between the world and that. Minutes from the very edge.
She looks up into the darkness under the nave, then back at you.
The Pale is only an effect, transition between the world and that.
Then, what is that?
It's nothing. No, it's less than nothing.
It's less than nothing. The final rest state for reality. Imagine if all this, spread your hands, never was.
Then the Pale is...
simply curdling milk.
But the milk, it clearly hasn't started curdling yet. We're here, and the Pale is not.
One day, when it's larger, it will be.
I understand. A theory of the Pale where instead of an outer ocean, it metastasizes. Like a cancer or a mold. Erupting in points inside the world.
This is one of those places.
According to this, how long...
Until it starts swallowing? It's already started. Starting with sound.
And information. Causing data losses in the East Insulindian front. Have you considered why it's formed in a church? And also when or how it might start growing? Or if it has other effects in addition to sound and data?
An intellectual hunger fills her now, casting fear aside.
I do like the concept of, just in general, of things being discovered on accident. Like, so many great, things in real life were discovered entirely on accident. You know, infamously, penicillin, Rice Krispies, that kind of stuff. And so just the fact that they discovered the Pale metastasizes, it's not something out there, it's something that just kind of can develop, because a person tried sending a copy of a video game, tabletop role-playing game, digital form, and it happened to get erased, and they wanted to know why, and ended up discovering the Pale forming as a 2 millimeter wide hole in the world in the middle of a church. I like that.
Yep.
That's a really clever thing. Hey, good job! You now know that at some point in the far future, not only will you be proven correct, but this entire town will no longer exist.
I also have a question, since we are piling them on. How do you know this? I'm not doubting you. I'm simply curious as to how a detective of the RCM
knows how to think this.
They didn't form in a church, the church formed around it. All the failed businesses in the doomed commercial area. All the failure are Martinez. You've had this thought before, that's how I know. You've had this thought before.
An amateur anthropomedic police officer. I'd like to say I've heard stranger things, but I'm not sure. This is a hell of a guess, however. Well worded, I might add.
Yes, it is very interesting. But I wouldn't say you know. This is a guess. One that's going to have to be proved by anthroponetic scientists.
Anthroponetic. Well, the church from around it.
Of course! A pinewood sarcophagus, or a containment facility of some kind, built by the first settlers.
Yes, acting of an instinctual level, or religious practices we've forgotten.
I have considered the same. The bad news is, there were 7 pinewood churches built in the first decade of provincial settlement.
Meaning there are possibly 6 more holes in the world that need to be dealt with. By building another church around them, hopefully.
Most of them were burnt down during the revolution, or repurposed before, during the suzerain. I'm not saying all of them have one in them, but...
Some of them might. A black grain hanging in the air.
Of course!
Or it can be
Yes,
coincidence.
but still, I have considered the same. And the bad news is, most of them were burnt down.
Some of them might. A black grain
Build a mega
hanging
church containing all of the churches. Tea was not discovered on accident. Don't lie to me.
Squee.
The popsicle was discovered on accident. Go on.
I think Squee was discovered on accident.
Squee was discovered on accident.
Squee.
Gunpowder for the use of explosions was discovered on accident. Gunpowder was first purportedly discovered in ancient China by alchemists attempting to create an elixir of eternal life. What they instead created was an elixir of immediate explosive death. Sometimes you get hit or miss, you know?
Hit or miss. I guess hit or miss, huh?
It's like how Marie Curie discovered radioactivity and also dying of radioactivity. Someone had to. All the failed business in the Doom commercial area. All the failure of
You
Martinez.
think the presence of that puncture has somehow influenced the outcome of events here? Even say software development?
I can't believe that it turns out there is a reason for the Doom commercial district's curse, and it's that there's a hole in the world.
She already made up her mind when she heard it. Some kind of great and uncaring force had to play a part. It wasn't only them.
Yes, even the revolution was defeated here. I mean a kind of entrepreneuric history.
I told the producers we need to go and move to a normal office building with amenities. But no, the artists like the milieu, the writers
The
like
milieu!
the history. I told them.
I should let people still working in there know about this. They might be affected.
You mean Plaisance and the Dice Maker? There was almost no one left when we packed up.
No, just the Dice Maker. I don't think Plaisance would survive this knowledge. No, just plays don't think Neha is playing fair in this game. Yes, both of them deserve to know. I don't think Neha's playing fair in this game. That's interesting.
Then go tell her. You think the president...
She already made up her mind when she
You know?
No,
Some
there's
kind
something
of
wrong
great-
here.
I told the producers we need to go and move to
Better
a
they
normal...
don't know.
I told them. But no. Normal office buildings are bourgeois. You think the president...
She already made up her mind when she heard.
I told the... You mean...
I wonder if you.
Plaisance and the Dice Maker?
I wonder if
There was
if you
almost
say
no one
yes,
left
both.
when
But
we
like, I wonder if
packed
that will update the quest.
No, just the Dice Maker. I don't think Plaisance would survive the knowledge.
Then go tell her. You think the president...
She al-
I told the producers... You mean...
Yes,
Plaisance
both of them
and the
deserve
Dice
to know.
Maker? Then go tell them. You think the...
She already made up her
People
mind.
follow.
True, we never should have upgraded to Vox 50. And the spec kept changing. And those damn heads.
The damn heads.
But still, the anomaly caused a massive data loss.
Avery,
So
Hi.
it had a part to play.
fun thing I
It
learned,
does something.
or funny thing. You remember that thing with the heads that was described at the game development studio, where it was like
Yeah.
heads you could combine with bodies to have different like things happen. Apparently that was a reference to how during development of Disco Elysium, the thought cabinet was originally going to work differently to where how you arrange thoughts in the cabinet would change how they worked.
I see. That explains what the lightning bolts.
Yeah.
I get it now. But yeah, I can see how that would cause literally millions and millions of possible combinations. I like how many thoughts I've forgotten at this point. So many. Homosexual underground. Finger pistols, 9mm. Conclude. One day, all will be like that 2mm hole.
She falls silent. The wind blows in through the hole in the stained glass window, cold and moist.
I'm going to leave that out. But the rest? Some of this I can use to start to explain this to the rest of the team. Maybe I'll sound
I think
mad,
that conclude line is different depending on what copper type you are.
Makes sense.
Man, you will certainly sound mad.
I'm glad Apocalypse Cop finally paid off.
One more thing. Maybe a club for anodic music isn't the worst thing you can erect around this particular point in space.
No, it's not. Yeah, that's still insane. But then again, so what? The club is the only thing keeping this place and the rest of reality together.
I wouldn't go so far as to...
Yeah! Once the light is on in the universe, it will never go out!
Thank you, Egghead. Let's leave it at that, shall we? We have an anthropogenic detection to perform in the district.
I do have one mystery that still needs solving. The radio ghost in the Doom commercial area's electronic doorbell.
The creepy woman! We were wondering about that when we worked there, but I had completely forgotten about it ever since. It must be anthroponetic crosstalk, the one you get in radios and long-distance calls. Now it makes sense, with the pail right on the doorstep.
Incredible. This would also explain why we get it on the police radio all the time.
Internet crosstalk?
It's quite common, actually. When the signal gets routed through pail, all kinds of irregularities take place. You may hear snippets of someone else's conversation, or the voice of your former lover, or an echo of an event that took place 100 years ago.
That's bizarre.
Pale is a shroud of memories, and it doesn't really distinguish to whom those memories belong to. You could hear anything.
That makes sense. Thanks for explaining that to me.
Anytime.
Alright, I'll let you work a piece now.
You know, Avery?
Yo.
A better deal! Yeah! Medium car!
What?
I will say, believe it or not, the pail can be held back.
Yeah, with the power of anodic dance music.
Well, it was during that, like, check, it was mentioned how, like, you think the church could have been built, like, to contain it in a way.
Yeah. It contains it. It's a box. Put it in a box.
Well, not just the box. What do you do in a church?
You perform pseudo-cannibalism. What?
Oh, well, because I was going to say, like, in the lore of Elysium, faith can actually hold back the pale. Not just religious faith, but like any kind of like faith and strong belief.
Pray the pale away.
Which is why, funnily enough, it's implied that the Anodic Dance Club actually can hold back the pale.
Because they just believe in it so much. It's the power of believe. Well, that was a crazy sound we heard before.
Yeah! It was awesome and scary. Very hardcore. Too hardcore, in fact. I couldn't control it at all.
What do you mean brushes his hand through his hair? He doesn't have hair.
Yes, he does.
No, he's bald. Don't look at his real life. Look at this. That's bald. What happened?
It sucks up all the air in the mix until it's the only thing left. Starts compressing itself and everything around it. Completely fills up the headspace. Extreme!
Inside your chest, the heart beats still with the after effects of the sound. Imagine if you could harness that power, making it pulse.
What if this is the answer to Van Eyck's jam? We could use the sound for the bass.
But how?
What about the compressor? The one with the spiky hair was setting up to achieve some sort of parallel processing.
Andres compression
Yes.
solved Arno Van Eyck.
Yeah, that's why I said the yeah. Actually, you could temporarily stop researching the bot.
Oh, hey man, it's good to see you. Goodbye.
Yeah, don't do the dance until you
I know.
fully complete the music.
Welcome
I
back.
figured that.
Yo, man. What's...
But yeah, you can stop researching a thought and then immediately go back to research. Now, I'm pretty sure your research gets saved. We could also just save your game real quick to test that.
Yay.
I'm sorry for making you save your game so much. Yeah, there you go. So you can just... Yeah, your time is saved. So you can just...
Did that redact my skill point still?
No.
Does it cost a new skill point?
No, because you haven't opened a skill slot. It hasn't been like fully researched. You can internalize and stop internalizing a thought anytime. That doesn't take skill points.
Oh.
Also, yeah, check out the other thought you got.
Cleaning out the rooms. Someone's been walking around in your dreams lately, looking for something, tidying up, rearranging, storing away all the unrealized dreams, putting old pains in boxes. Worst nightmares have settled down for a while. A spot of light on the bedroom door after the dark, the fluttering of eyelids in the spring sun. A thought that rises only to disappear again, and yet there's a pattern emerging. I should get that one.
You could internalize that, and then after you do the check, the interfacing check, you could get rid of Arno Van Eyck.
Okay.
Yeah, for interfacing, you really only have the gloves, I think. I don't know, like, how many, like, I want to look up quick how many, like, items there even are in Disco Elysium that boost interfacing. Oh, wow, yeah, no, it really is just the gloves. Weird.
And that's a deal! Yeah! Medium car!
Yeah, I don't blame you if you want to save some of these. Like, you're literally.
We
at
don't
the
need
end
it.
of, like,
Damn it!
Bzz goes the track in the background, never ending. You can't grasp what's missing, but you can try to make something up anyway.
Whereof one cannot speak, one ought to remain silent, interfacing.
The young man bobs his head to the music, much as before.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't blame you if you want to save some here, because it's like you kind of don't really have much else to do in the game at this point.
Here's an idea. Say what you said before, the exact same thing. Or wait, say something that's only marginally different. It will yield a drastically different outcome.
I don't know the title, but needs more bzoot, needs less bzoot bzoot.
Yeah! Pump off the bzoot bzoot!
It's hard to say for sure, but the digital threat seems ever so slightly louder than before.
Pump off the bzoot bzoot, guys! We're gonna load.
And that's a deal! Yeah! Me?
Bzz, bzz, bzz. Goes
You
to
can tell the
track you
difference.
scrape the moldy recesses of your brain for some technological sounding jargon. It'll impress the large-headed speed freak. Isn't that what real artists do? Make it up as they go along.
That gave you a level up.
Dude, you gotta reroute the sound juice through the flux fire.
The fluxifier? Where is that?
Let a pro show you how it's done. Turn some knobs at random.
As you fiddle with the knobs on the mixer, the young man stares with amazement.
Copman can ride the knobs! So cool!
He gives you a thumbs up.
Whatever it is you did, it seems to have helped slightly. Maybe now you're beginning to make sense of it.
Fiddle with some knobs.
That actually gives you a +1. That's amazing.
Here's an idea. Say what you said before, the exact same thing. Or wait, say something that's only
You should
marginally
crank up the oscillator matrix.
Oscillator matrix? Where is that?
Oh, you don't have one? Maybe just secret cop tech.
Top secret cop tech! Mega cool! You gotta bring us some, big sheriff! The future of hard sign depends on it!
Don't listen to him. He's making shit up. There's no top secret cop audio tech. There's other top secret spying on people tech, most likely. But cops don't care about music.
Oh no, minus one line about secret audio tech.
No.
And that's a deal! Yeah!
Here's an idea. Say what you said before, the exact same. It's hard to say for sure, but the digital throbbing seems ever so slightly louder than before.
Well,
And that's a deal! Yeah! Medium car!
Side check.
Yeah! Easy as pie.
you sure you don't want to like reload so you're not using up all those skill points?
Very well. We will do one more load.
And that's a deal! Yeah!
Side chain.
Damn it! I wanted to get the fiddle with the knobs at random. Also, side chaining. Mako explained this to me once.
Mako Bobako?
Yeah, because I was asking him about attack attack decay, release, and sustain, and side chaining one day, and it came up.
Screenshot the interfacing saying sidechain the beat and send that to Mako. Not the entire game screenshot, just specifically the interfacing bit.
Mako, quick, explain side chaining to me again. You did it forever ago. I forgore. Come on, Mako, come in with the clutch!
How did they react to interfacing Godly Success sidechain the beat?
He hasn't said anything yet.
Oh.
Apparently, Mako's now having a fantastic time.
Oh, nice. I forgot to ask if they were doing any better.
Yeah, they seem to be doing good now. It's when you make the volume lower in tandem with another instrument, usually the kick drum. Every time it kick, it's like it kicks the whole rest of the song away for a second. So basically when the kick hits, the rest of the song gets quiet for that moment for the kick to hit. And so but presumably they then make either the noise or the rest of the song quieter when the other one does a thing. Thank you, you musical maestro.
Mako Bobako.
You are based. Liz says, Mako Bobako. I attack, you decay, can't sustain my release. The side chain wolf gang, bang a ring into pieces, and you've made man, you're a slave to your papa. I'm a rubber rock star, I'm takes you with the bass and drop ya. Okay, sidechain. What does it even mean? I know what sidechaining means.
Listen, you can use the compressor to select between which track it's compressing, either the auxiliary signal or the main input from the tape. Make it alternate between the signals. The compressor controls the gain based on the level of the signal on the aux sidechain input. It will allow maintaining a loud sound without peaks that fill up all the headspace.
Okay, Egg, you need to start sidechaining it. Explain the concept to him.
Sidechaining it, you said?
He turns down the music, his hands moving deftly across the mixer, setting up the necessary controls.
Then he puts on his headphones and his eyes go wide, wider than they've ever gone on drugs. He starts jumping up and down with bliss in total silence, still listening to his headphones.
Hey, what did you do to Egghead, Cop Man? Did you break him?
Wait and see.
Are you ready, pussy?
Are you ready, chat?
Noid straightens his back, ready for the beat.
I was born ready, Egg.
Give him a thumbs up. Hell yeah.
The audio assault is glorious. The speed freak dances on the stage, intensely waving his hand in the air.
I love a sick jam.
This is beauty! This is life!
Make Van Eyck's jam harder core.
What in the world is going on? The way melody and bass flow together. It's unnatural.
Your body is taking a beating from the low frequencies crashing over you. It's making you feel alive again.
This one for the Anodic generation. We have tamed the sound, made it our own.
God damn it! This dance club idea might just work out.
DeLorean Church! The place to be! Pump it! Pump it!
This is it. This is a new era. The fabric of the world has been irrevocably altered.
Eldritch core music has now become a thing.
Who will be the innocence of hardcore anodic dance music?
Who will be the innocence of hardcore anodic dance music? Will it be us or will it be Egghead? I think it should be us. We're the one who discovered it. We got the music from Egghead, the melody from Egghead. We got the harmony from a rusty metallic tape stuck in a tree. And then we got the bass from an eldritch hole in the world to create the most convoluted jam possible.
Congratulations, Avery. You have now discovered the anomaly and completed the music. Do you want to either finish the moralism quest or do the dance?
We're gonna do the dance first, obviously.
It's good to see you.
Save.
Goodbye, officer.
I was just checking what the skill was.
Yep.
Okay. Savoir-faire. Come on, savoir those fairs.
Your primary pantaloons, I think. Now, Avery, I will warn you. Once you start the dance, there's like 2 or 3 other red checks.
2 or 3 other red checks?
Yes.
Let me think. What would they possibly ask for from me? I'm gonna assume conceptualization's gonna get in here. Perception, interfacing, savoir-faire. What other ties do I have? Drama. Could definitely do with some drama. What are my hats like? Logic, perception. The hat doesn't matter then. Interfacing, mayhaps. What other gloves do I have? Half-light. Electrochemistry. Interfacing. I don't know, I think this is a pretty good fit at the moment.
Looking pretty spiffy.
Let's do this.
I think it'd be funny if you had the crowbar, though.
Why?
I mean, the Cabal thing.
Everybody would have the crowbar. Why would I want the crowbar? Everybody out here constantly holding the crowbar in the bag. Nobody out here holding the flashlight in the boombox.
No, I was just saying the crowbar would be funny when you're dancing.
I think it'll be funny holding a boombox. It's another awkward thing to be holding.
It's good to see you.
It's over to you in an inexplicably softcore manner. It's embarrassing. 58% even. Aesthetic of hypnotic music. Higher quality audio. Dance fever incoming. Standard anti-weirdo die. Found the melody. Found the beat.
You close your eyes and dream of the shapes your body should form to bring this strange music into life. For now, such ferocity of motion is beyond you.
But just imagine the moves you could pull to this futuristic beat.
Puts a grin on your face just to think about it. Even a failed attempt gets the juices flowing and repairs some of the damage done by battles lost. If you up the dose and truly dance, who knows what will happen? Salvation.
Okay.
Goodbye, officer.
Savoir-faire.
Oh, hey, man. It's good to see you.
72%.
You close your eyes and vacate your
Hell
skull,
yeah.
leaving your brain to wonder, where did that little fluttering light go?
Total darkness.
You sink down the darkest fathoms of your own personal deep, vertebrate by vertebrate, through the unformed skulls of your mind.
That says spine, not mind, ancient reptilian brain. He also kept pronouncing vertebrae with like an extra like T at the end, saying vertebrate by vertebrate.
Yeah.
Here it will begin.
What was that about unformed skulls?
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Every vertebrate in your spine is an unformed skull ready to pop up and replace the old one. Like shark teeth. The one you're currently in has a little brain forming in it, waiting for its turn.
Thanks, spinal cord. I didn't know you were also a voice. I'm gonna be honest with you. Why am I lagging so hard? Let me see if I can shut something off real quick and see if...
You're lagging because it's too hardcore.
Am I, like, streaming to you at, like, a higher quality than I'm supposed to be?
Yeah, you have the Discord stream to 60 FPS.
Oh, my bad.
Yankee?
Oh yeah, that's infinitely better. Why did nobody point this out?
I mean, I've told you before to not stream on Discord on 60 FPS because it's always buggy.
Busting it down conceptualization style. Miss Murr, can you confirm this? Confirm what? That every vertebrae is actually a partially formed skull? I can't confirm that, but, like, I honestly would not be surprised. Like,
also, wow, implying that I'm not smart. I see how it is, Jaden.
You have value elsewhere. But given your body is the fleshy part in the middle, bones just sort of formed as a defense mechanism, obviously to keep yourself, like, protected, and then eventually became a structural system. All your bones are just variations on whatever bone came before it, and presumably, of all of the bones, the first one is the skull. It's the thing that protects the important part, the part that makes all of the stuff work. That or the ribcage. So it makes sense that you start with the skull, and then you produce more bones going down, like detaching from it, hence all of the vertebrae. And so it makes sense that the vertebrae are basically smaller skulls that didn't become the full skull as they formed along. Because assuming it starts at the spinal column, because that's actually where, like, the root of your, like, sensory system is, the bones formed around that to make the vertebrae, and eventually one extends up to form the skull, which is around your main central, like, computation center. So I guess it makes sense that you could say that the vertebrae are unformed skulls. But in that same sense, every bone in your body is just a specifically formed, like, vertebrae in that sense. You're also smart, Liz. Creed's just really scarily academically smart. Like, I'm just talking on my ass right now. Like, this is what I'm just interpreting from this. Like, it makes sense that your bones would form around the most important part of your body and would extend outward from there as you evolved. So everything is probably a vertebrae that is specialized. Ribs are really long vertebrae. Your skull is a very big vertebrae. Your hands are very dexterous vertebrae.
To rule the world.
As it ought to be. Where is it?
In the spinal cord.
What is happening?
From what I can see, it's about to bust a move.
To rule the
Oh my god, is that true?
Yes, it's all true. In the spinal cord.
What do you want?
From what I can see.
To rule.
Are you?
I am the spinal cord.
I do like that the spinal cord gets a voice as well.
And it's also still the same voice actors.
Well, yeah.
Reptilian Brain and Limbic.
Because all of these are actually, like, hairy thoughts. Alrighty.
Good. Because from what I can see, It's about to bust a move.
Where did the music go?
Oh, don't worry. The music's still there. It's you who is gone.
No, really, why can't I hear anything?
This is a pivotal moment. Try not to piss yourself.
Concentrate on hearing.
Nothing. Just the immaculate silence of your spinal fluid. Electrified.
Where'd the church go?
Who fucking cares?
Good.
No, not good. Orgasmic.
Orgasmic.
Who
I'm scared.
Good. You should be. Who
I hate waking life. I hate this world. I hate and fear everything. All I want is to dance. Please just let me dance.
God. Where is your God?
Don't bust a move.
No one cares. The move will bust itself. Resistance only makes the move more futuristic.
We are the future, man. Did my quality get dropped again? There we go.
With your eyes still closed, the first thing you feel, all the way back in the pivoting darkness of your own torso, is warmth. You have become a triumph of rhythmoplastics, somewhere in a smelly wooden church on the coast of Revachol. The wounds from the war you waged on your body are healing, twist by twist, turn by turn. You must have touched upon an entirely new way of moving the human body. Every motion is pumping your brain full of endorphins. Open your eyes to the pioneering glory of hard style.
Hard style.
As you open your eyes, you should scream, hyper, hyper. It seems appropriate.
Did someone say hyper, hyper? Hyper! Hyper!
You have become a flawless interloper.
Oh, hell yeah!
A flesh and bone approximation of the throb coming from the speaker setup of the one core.
Hell yeah!
Rigidly, in the slit, without pity or fear.
I need to know. I am obligated to know that people in real life have performed this dance.
I actually do not know if anybody's ever attempted the IRL dance.
I should learn this dance. It's such a vibe. Also, it looks so good with the flashlight. Just occasionally flashing Kim in the face.
That's also why I said to equip the crowbar, because it looks really funny when you're swinging the convulsant around.
I like swinging the boombox around too. Such a dumb move. Dude, that white boy busting it down sexual style. Go to with the sauce.
Hold on, Avery. I'm gonna send you a GIF real quick.
Well, I still control the flashlight where it's pointing. Johnny Law's about to tear it up sad style. That is basically the premise of this video game.
I'm pretty sure you can say the word Johnny Law and sad style. Actually, wait, I'm pretty sure that's one of the dialogue options you have before you start karaoke.
What was that?
I said I'm pretty sure that's one of the dialogue options before you start karaoke, where you say Johnny Law is about to tear it up sad style.
You become a flawless interlocking mechanism, a flesh and bone approximation of the throb coming from the speaker setup of the one called Eggheads. Entirely rigidly imbecilic, without pity or fear. That's the best way to dance. Dance like an idiot. Dance without pity or fear. It is a pure passion of motion.
Free from self-awareness. No deliberation. Only, and I mean only, execution.
That's how I dance. Don't think, just let it move through you.
Oh my god! No way!
The Speed Freak's would-be leader stands slack-jawed in disbelief at the hardcoreness on display. He whispers to himself, "No way." The options of yes way, hard cop, and this is really happening. Can we unlock the elusive 6th capo type, hard cop?
The 6th capo type is actually honor cop.
This is really happening.
With his reel-to-reel mixer blasting the anthem of a future that will never come, the young man observes your moves for a second.
And blasting the same hideous pattern, yelling, uh-huh.
He throws a screwdriver and a bunch of drill chucks into the corner and explodes into dance. What he lacks in sharpness, he more than makes up for in violent enthusiasm.
Turn to Cell, what are you doing? Dance, put it Andre, it's the law. Kim, get in here. Is there anything more I can do? I want to break the limit. Kim, get in here.
What's going on here?
It's our scene. Speed Freak's crowding out the church. You're unhinged lunatics.
This is clearly a Code 31 emergency.
This pioneering dance song. Code 31! Code 31!
The lieutenant squeezes the bridge of his nose. The lights reflect off his glasses. He's obviously having trouble adjusting to the new reality.
Code 31 emergency? Really?
Yes, officer needed assistance on the dance floor!
The lieutenant crosses his arms with the amused look.
What's happening?
I'm undercover! I've become Dance, the destroyer of worlds! I'm not doing anything. The music made up its mind a long time ago. I'm just implementing! I can't. It's hard to choose between I become Dance, destroyer of worlds, and I'm not. Yeah, I become Dance, the destroyer of worlds!
For you. Rock on then.
We ain't going anywhere before we tear shit up!
What?
Authority, legendary, respects you, outrank and dancing so much. That's it. Don't let the leave by getting us hardcore on. Let's fucking go!
Who's the one in charge? You are.
Lieutenant, I'm only gonna pull rank on you one time, and that time is now!
Are you kidding me?
I assure you, I am not. Now get your groove on, Lieutenant!
It's my what on?
This thing is unable to make it worse with voice. I said get your goddamn groove on! Boogie woogie!
Sheesh, okay.
Makes it with his hands raised in the air, observing the crisscross of your feet.
Okay, you psychopath. I see what you're doing
You
there.
know, pause color eyes will go!
Press, is that Ubi folk dancing? Nah, it's not Ubi folk. It's hardcore.
Yeah. Whatever.
You talk of big talk, Lieutenant. Let's see some moves!
Oh yeah? I did 15 years in the juvenile crime unit. I can do age inappropriation. Now, check this shit out.
The lieutenant begins to heel kick the church floor with such intensity, it's reasonable to fear he'll kick a hole right through it, causing the floor to crack and the pillars to collapse, bringing the church roof down on
Hell yes!
It doesn't look like he'd give a shit either.
We're getting everyone. Turner's out. What are you doing?
The young woman lifts her headphones up slightly and raises her chin, looking at you expectantly.
Asil, are you going to dance?
No, recording.
She shakes her head and puts her head on his
The
back.
lead programmer throws the other young woman a knowing glance before turning her attention back to her own work. She's still at her mainframe, pressing buttons, reading printouts, but she started nodding her head along to the music.
Dance! Put an Andre. It's the law!
The young man immediately bounces up and down, then assumes the same dance pattern, embellishing it with some sort of waving motion.
Hell yes.
The authority of the law is clearly unquestioned.
Is there anything more I can do? I want to break the limit.
The dynamic motion of your flailing body is bordering on the extreme. You're going off the chart.
This is the best scene in video games.
You feel as if turning on hyperdrive at the point of no return. Feels almost minimal. Are you sure you have the entire puzzle for this?
Together, where are you?
Here we go again! Hardcore fills the air! The sound above my head!
What now?
Translation.
What?
Above my hair, man!
Okay, this is too imbecile. Excuse me.
It's 7. Soon it is in! Andre's dancing harder. God, Kim dancing. Shivers 95. Very high. Let's go!
On the
Yeah!
Yes! In a small weather-beaten stave church built 380 years ago by settlers from the Occident, most likely to guard against an anomaly at its center, an officer of the RCM is contorting his body into idiotically rigid shapes as he invents the future of dance music. It's the hardest anyone has ever danced.
What is this strange feeling I keep having? This cold, even now.
I am la Rebachelière. I am the city.
What do you mean you are the city?
I am a fragment of the world spirit, the genius Loki of Revachol. My heart is the wind corridor. The bottom of my air is red. I have 100,000 luminous arms. Come morning, I carry industrial dust and let it settle on tree leaves. I shake the dust from those leaves and onto your coat. I've seen you. I've seen you. I've seen you with her. And I've seen you without her. I've seen you on the crescent of the hill.
How are you talking to me?
The modulations of my voice are noted down with thermometers and barometers. You feel me in your nostrils, on the little hairs on the back of your neck.
So, well, Esprit de Corps is mentally connecting to all cops, including Kim. Shivers is connecting to the actual spirit of the city.
Yee.
I see.
Now
Dance so hard you hear the spirit of the city. You ever dance so hard you made the Gaia equivalent?
Well, see, Avery, in the skill description of Shivers, it asks, who's speaking to you? Now you know.
It's Lord of Chevalier.
I also reside in your lungs and vestigial organs. Everywhere there is space.
But who am I? Why are you talking to me?
You are an officer of the citizens' militia, Jaunt and Rebut. When you wear your coat, you wear my soul. You move through my streets freely, in motor carriages and on foot. You have access to the hidden places. You also circulate among those who are hidden. I need you. You can keep me on this earth. Be vigilant. I love you.
An officer of the RCM is lying on the floor of a small church with his eyes rolled back and his tongue lolling out. Several others are standing around him. He slowly comes to.
Had a good rest there?
I spoke to the city of Revachol!
Fuck yeah! I bet you did. Those were some advanced moves, man.
That's all great, but we should really get going. We spent enough time doing aerobic exercise for today.
I'm surprised we didn't have a heart attack on account of our serious magnesium deficiency.
You might be imagining it, but it feels like Egghead turned the volume down. Such is his respect.
Man! Now, man! Now...
I didn't know he could turn the volume down. I thought it was stuck at maximum. Olivia stutters with excitement.
Now imagine if we could do that, right? But with like 1,000 people. End of human development. Mission complete.
Right, ecstatic.
All right.
You're absolutely beat. Muscles relaxed and feet like noodles underneath.
Thanks, Endurance. That's it for now.
Goodbye, officer.
Hot cop.
She nods to you with respect and turns to her recording. We are the hard cop!
Yo, man. What's on your mind?
Yes, what is it?
Well, even Egghead's away from his comp. His little setup. I cannot communicate with Egghead. Egghead is beyond approach.
Oh no.
The mother of humanism stands above you.
Well, that was an exciting adventure. Okay, gotta inform those of the guys at the Source of Doom. Confront the Piz at 22. Find a murder weapon. Send the victim processing. Trade. Authority. Taking responsibility. Colonel fires from the wall. Was racing the hangman's boots.
Man. Avery, what did you think of that?
That was arguably, as stated, one of the best scenes I've seen in video game. Just sometimes you have a dance by combining the music of a rusty old tape record, a bunch of drug addicts' music, and a hole in the universe to have a dance party where you invent a new dance style so hardcore it contacts the actual spirit of the city you're in.
And to think, there's still one more big event at the church.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die?
Found the 2mm hole in the world.
You have a jacket that gives you shivers.
Shiver viver 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 Okay.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a dye?
A gust of cold air sweeps through the chimney. The stones and minerals on the shelves rattle as though agitated. For a moment, it almost feels as though you're outside the building, exposed to the atmosphere.
This is just a theory, but hear me out. I think I know why your business hasn't failed.
Didn't we already talk about this?
It's because you're not in the same building as the others. This isn't technically the Doom commercial area.
What are you talking about? My address is exactly the same. Rue de Saint-Guilain 10.
No, the old coal plant that used to be here was subsumed into the new venture. Its ruins swallowed up. Yet it has a different address in the heart of the city.
No, this used to be a coal plant. Touch the safety curtains. You're in the chimney of another building.
This doesn't make any sense.
Mission enough she has carved out for herself bewildered.
Are you saying my business was spared because of a technicality? Where is this coming from?
It has a different address to the heart of the city, in the heart of the city.
And what? Does it mean that I'm safe from failure?
Don't let her become complacent. She still needs to ward her soul against the evil forces.
You need to find your person.
She starts laughing, her fingers trying to rub away the exhaustion from her face.
What?
Do you know what this is?
A little piece of metal shining on her index finger. Looks like a regular piece of jewelry to me.
It's a mourning ring. I made this when my first company failed. It was a small jewelry shop right here in the East Delta Commerce Center, built with the little I inherited from my parents. I drove it into the ground within a year. I didn't have what you would call a viable business plan.
Why are you telling me this?
It wasn't just the jewelry shop either. I always thought that it was just the world that you were supposed to try again and again until you finally succeed. And now you're telling me what? That it was all because I didn't run my little shops and ventures from a dump inside an abandoned chimney?
Don't call it a dump. You've been nice and cozy here.
Yeah. Or maybe it's the entire world that's cursed. It's such a precarious place. Nothing ever works out the way you want it. That's why people like role-playing games. You can be whoever you want to be, you can try again. Still, there is something inherently violent even about dice rolls. It's like every time you cast a die, something disappears. Some alternative ending, or an entirely different world.
So a pair of dice on the table and examines them into the light.
But anyway, thanks for sharing your theories, officer.
I think I found the actual source of the curse.
You mean the curse that I'm spared of because I live outside its immediate reach?
It's more complicated than I first thought it would be.
I'm listening.
There's a 2mm hole in reality located in a church on the other side of the canal. The thing may be related to the Pale.
Excuse me? A 2mm hole in reality? This can't be true.
I'm afraid it is, ma'am. Sona Lukanen Kilde, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident, made the discovery.
Sona is involved in this?
I had to take this in while the chatter from our headphones continues unabated.
So it's even worse than I thought. It's not just the commercial area that's cursed, it's the entire world.
You are in a town of failure.
She looks outside the window where daylight has filled the yard.
So what I've preached the whole time and no one listened.
A curse is something superstitious, but a 2mm hole in reality? We all know what it means. It's pale. In any case, thank you for stopping by. It's good to have an answer, even if I can't claim to understand it fully. I'm sorry.
I want more dice. Oh yeah, I should probably switch back to this one. But yeah, I can't believe that in the end, out of all of the capo types, Apocalypse Cop was the only one who was actually onto something. This town is, in fact, doomed. It's not, you know, immediately. Hey, Plaisance!
It's a shame that Hard Cop is not actually a cop type.
Welcome to crime, romance, and biographies of famous people.
What'd you say, Liz?
I said it's a shame that Hard Cop is not an actual cop type.
Yeah. This Dick Mullen book fell apart before I got to the end. Do you have another copy?
Oh, I'm very sorry, sir. Some of these old paperbacks just don't have the durability. I would be happy to sell you another one, but unfortunately, it's the last copy we had in stock.
Liz, I found something to tell you. I found the actual source of Doom. What? Go on.
Ask about the Dick Mullen thing after you put on the pinball coat.
The pinball coat?
Yeah. Oh, do you not have that yet?
I don't know what you mean. Are you spoiling coats to me?
I said this to Crab earlier. I've keep watching like 3 different people play Disco Elysium. I get so confused on who's done what. No, you do not have the pinball coat, unfortunately. I thought you did.
One second, I'm doing some organization.
It's a clothing item you can acquire during the main case, but you haven't progressed the main case, so you don't have it. But no, I bring it up because there is an achievement you can get if you wear a certain outfit while talking about the Dick Mullen thing.
There, now we're organized. There, now we're organized.
Unfortunately, as soon as you swap clothes, it's all going to get deorganized
Hello
again.
Esteemed officer.
But I have to tell you, I found the actual source of Doom.
What do you mean the actual source? Earlier, you told me there was no curse.
My investigation is limited to discover a 2mm intraplanetic hole in reality, that the source of Doom, both in the commercial area and in Martinez.
What?
Tiny hole, in reality. It may be connected with Pale, an origin point of sorts. It would explain why historically so many things here have ended in failure.
Ma'am, what he's saying is true. We found an anthroponetic anomaly in the small Pinewood church down the coast. I don't mean to be an alarmist, and more research is needed, but it's not looking good.
But that's not in any of the ancient texts. How am I supposed to protect my bookstore from that?
Have you considered hypnotic dance music?
She's too afraid to even say the word.
You can't protect it, not against the Pale. Special. You can protect it with hope, by refusing to give up. That's what people have done in the past, by building a church, a place of worship around this thing.
You're right, officer. I mustn't lose faith, especially now that Annette is finally settling in at school and making friends. No, we can't just leave.
The Pale thrives in you being hopeless. You gotta believe and have faith and stuff to be able to hold back the Pale from completely deleting your entire reality.
The Pale is entropy.
Besides, didn't I have some Sailite hope catchers round here somewhere? I must find them. Everything will be alright if I can just find them.
You know, that's actually kind of funny if you think about it, is that she is probably... one of the reasons why she hasn't failed, the bookstore hasn't failed, is because she so strongly believes in, like, curses and whatnot, and that these things are protecting her, that she is therefore genuinely protected from the effects of the Pale. Her being so superstitious actually is working against the one thing that these superstitions were not designed to protect against.
Thank you for your help in any case. You're welcome back here anytime.
Every once in a while I get a warble in the middle of, like, my stomach, heart, organ location.
Warble?
Always makes you think I'm having a heart attack, but I never am. I think it's just because I don't drink enough water.
I know how you feel.
Please don't die. I'll try my best. I have no plans
Hi,
to.
Detective. Are you here for more books?
Little girl, help. My Dick Mullen book ripped before I can get to the end. Do you know what happens?
Which book was it, sir?
Dick Mullen, The Mistaken Identity.
Oh, I'm very sorry, sir. I haven't read that one yet. I wish I could help you.
Okay, see you around Internet.
Oh yeah, you can put your conceptualization gear back on if you want.
Give up. You'll never find the answer. There's no other copy of Dick Mullen and the Mistaken Identity here.
But why?
Because that's how the world works. Some stories never get finished. You shouldn't expect there to be a tidy, satisfying ending. But, what if you never find out how your story ends?
There's gotta be a way to solve this.
There isn't. If only you had more time, more resources. Who knows what you could have come up with? Maybe if there had been more money and less speed. Or more speed. Or that, yes. Either way, you might have been able to come up with an answer, but not like this.
Interesting. What a disappointment. That's a shame.
Not sure if that locks you out of doing it later.
Clearly all I needed was more speed.
But yeah, you can, if you want, you can put your conceptualization clothes back on.
Oh yeah, I gotta get my fit.
Oh, so yeah, now you gotta look for radio equipment. Think, Avery, where have you encountered radio equipment?
1 second, I'm in fashion mode.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Know more about the owner of the armored boots?
Still no word, I'm afraid, sir. I know it must be for 57.
In the cabin, you...
Shame. To the center.
An old monument stands in the middle. This found The smell of cigarette. There's something odd about the passenger seat.
Remove the radio transceiver.
Tight over the lower side of the seat where the toolbox should be. It takes a few moments, but eventually the transceiver slides from its greased socket mount with an eminently satisfying ching. As you take the transceiver in your hands, the lieutenant bites his lower lip, apparently deep in thought.
Funny, isn't it?
What do you mean?
The lady driver used this same radio to evade coalition authorities, and now you are using it to contact them directly. It's just ironic, that's all.
Where the radio used to be, there's just a rectangular shadow now.
Same with the transceiver.
It's about the size of a small box of pasta, but much heavier. Now that you're looking at it more closely, you realize the various dials and meters make it look vaguely like a face. A distinctive triangular logo forms the nose.
I like that it says a small paving stone, but it was in the dialogue it was like a small box of pasta.
Not just any face. It reminds you of the grotesque carvings sometimes found in prehistoric caves.
Will I actually be able to reach a coalition with this?
You've surprised me more than once during the course of our investigation, but I have to say it still seems like a remote scenario.
Was me dancing so hard and discovering an entirely new form of music and contacting the spirit of the city one of the things that surprised you? Was me doing a perfect rendition of the church, the littlest church in Saint Saint surprising to you? Was me successfully discovering the source of a curse surprising to you? Was me jamming my fist through a man's skull surprising to you? This gotta be better than your Dino Wave.
An Esteras is certainly nothing to sniff at. But if you compare the feature sets, I would say they are more or less equivalent.
Fine, it appears we've reached a draw.
So it would appear. An Esteras is...
So you're not jealous?
I've no reason to be jealous, detective. An Esteras is...
That's okay, as long as it works.
It should, assuming we can find a way to replace the frequency dial.
Transfer away.
The movie stars are still smiling from the walls, but there's a rectangular shadow where the radio used to be, and something strange about the close the rust.
We have an item. An EH4 multimodal transceiver produced by the engineers at Esteras Electronica. Designed for maximum adaptability, in the case of this unit, the frequency dial has been replaced with a key.
Alright, you got a radio transceiver.
The precarious world. All red checks fail.
Yeah, unfortunately the precarious world is not a good thought.
So the point of this game's victory. The absence of defeat on all fronts. Victory in business ventures and creative undertaking. Victory in love and over other people. Political victory, ideological victory, hell, even sexual victory. Definitely a lot of object-based victories too. Having things and not losing them. One problem though, not a lot of victories in sight. Everyone's mostly losing. Why is that? How do you not lose? I don't know, I'm really curious about this one. I like that all red checks fail. I'm not going to face that many red checks.
I mean, if you want, you could research it tomorrow after you send Kim away to put the body.
Perhaps.
Like, send Kim away and then just sit on a bench for 4 hours. Oh, a thing I just remembered. You could take the filament. I think you still have the filament in... Do you have the filament in your inventory?
Yep.
Yeah, you can sell that now.
But why would I do that?
You can also sell the bool.
The bool?
Yeah, the shot put ball, you can also sell that.
Why would I do that?
Because you can no longer use it.
Why would I do that?
Because you can't use it for anything. It's
do you
pointless.
just, as soon as you have something you can't use anymore, do you just sell it? Or it's like, man, this yogurt cup is now empty. I guess I'll go sell this yogurt cup. Or do you hold on to that yogurt cup for sentimental values?
I'm saying if you want to buy anything.
The only thing I want to buy is the traffic light, and that's $700.
A common office radio, like any of those found in countless waiting rooms, lounges, and other semi-public spaces all over the world.
I get the transceiver out of this thing.
There's usually a little switch somewhere. Ah yes, it's the one that says release.
The lock disengages with a nice click. You may now safely remove the transceiver unit. There's nothing obviously remarkable about it. It's about the size of a common pasta box, with knobs of molded plastic. What else is there to say? If this transceiver were a person, it would be an accountant at a large logistics firm. Perfectly competent, but unexceptional.
There's something ominous about this radio transceiver. It's an ill omen.
I'm not sure where you're getting that. It's a perfectly fine transceiver, and this is a perfectly ordinary office.
The transceiver appears slightly bewildered by your comment. There's nothing. If this transceiver
If purely functionality is itself a kind of aesthetic.
I suppose it does have a certain no-nonsense appeal, if you prefer that sort of thing.
The transceiver appears. There's nothing. If this
Tap
transceiver
with your knuckle. Yeah, this'll do.
Very good.
The transceiver appears glad.
This is compared to your Dynawave.
It doesn't, frankly. Don't get me wrong. This appears to be a fine transceiver for a general audience, but it's not something a serious radiohead would use.
This will just have to do then.
I suppose it will. It doesn't.
I'll show you yet, Kitsuragi!
To be a show me what, detective?
He's immensely pleased with your irritation.
With its transceiver gone, the radio has ceased its persistent buzzing. It is as silent as a headstone.
Someone is habitually chilling next to the radio.
The already familiar cold touch of plastic welcomes you as you pick up the handset. The machine swallows your coin and seems to be waiting for your next move.
I got the gloves on, so it's about as good as I'm gonna get.
Your fingers run over the dial pad. 005. That's the dialing code for Revachol. 4952, and a moment of hesitation before entering the final numbers. 993. Calling. Calling. Still calling. Then.
Video Revachol, 24-hour video rental. We rent 8 and 10mm film for home use. This is Lamy. How may I help you?
The voice of a youngster on the other end sounds as enthusiastic as that of a man walking towards the gallows.
Fun. What is this place?
Video Revachol is a 24-hour video rental. We rent 8 and 10mm film for home use. This is Lamy.
No, I meant, what is this place to me?
Sir, I don't know. It's a video rental. Maybe you rent videos here.
Do you know me?
No.
Why did I call you?
Maybe you called to extend your rental period? Do you need to extend your rental period?
My name is Raphael Ambrosic Cousteau. Do you have anything under that name?
Raphael what? Listen, I can't help you over the phone. If you need further assistance, you can visit us on the corner of Voyager and Main. Are we done?
He thinks you're pulling a prank on him. On the corner of Voyager and Main, a large neon sign hangs on the side of a building. Video Revachol, 24 hours. It's raining, and there is almost no traffic on the street. A woman's footprints in the mud lead away from the front door. Tiny heels tiptoeing down the road. Beautiful steps, light-footed with a lifetime ahead of them. You look up, and the air seems to grow darker. Suddenly, you feel like you don't want to hear about video rentals anymore. You don't want to hear about any of it. It was all shit. It's over.
Cam, I feel sad about Video Revachol 24 hours.
That's enough for you today. Let's conclude this call.
That was all shit.
It.
You hang up the phone.
The payphone hangs mutely on the wall. There isn't.
I wonder what would have happened if we answered genuinely. How many radio receiver? Produced by generic manufacturer. There must be tens of thousands of it like all over the world. Each one indistinguishable from the other. Just move on.
Avery.
What?
I wiggle you.
No, you.
I wiggle you.
If you don't mind, please put the flashlight away. Some of us have photonic sensitivities.
That's the part of talking. There's no flashlight. Do I make this guy seem deluded?
No, I mean.
Oh, right. Sorry about that.
I do appreciate it.
I do like there's a reaction to that.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
Remember a radio transceiver. You got anything?
A transceiver, is it? Yeah, we should have something to do the trick.
He produces a machine encased in a blue bakelite shell. Its black face covered in an assortment of topped knobs and dials. The lieutenant whistles a long, quivering note.
A genuine crystal sprach. This is a connoisseur's model, good for picking up foreign milieus.
The Model 9 also comes equipped with a signal purifier to suppress crosstalk. Especially good around here with our funky reception.
Sounds perfect!
It's about as close to perfection as a transceiver gets. And we're only asking 120 real for it.
Shop around a bit. I might be back later.
You'll be back again. I've got a feeling.
You want to see if anything you got can sell enough to make money?
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
Something else to sell.
Let me have a look.
Check my
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Yeah, you could sell the filament, because you don't need that anymore. That quest is already finished. And the shop ball is no longer relevant for any quests.
You should hold on to this and make good use of it. To sell such a beautiful old school sports equipment would be a sin. It says it would be a sin!
Wait, but you don't do... It is no longer... I am, like, not... I am being 100% honest. It does not factor into any quests.
Okay. If you lie to me, I kill you.
Well, because the quest it factors into, you can't do it anymore because it was with Renee.
Okay.
Nothing... Yeah, nothing else you have you should sell.
Another time, perhaps.
Okay, I need to somehow get, like, $30. Who could I get to lend me money? I know exactly who to get to lend me money.
You can ask for money from Selang.
Don't worry. Don't worry, I got this. I am, as we in the business say, cooking. Oh, it's an actual, like, nice, clear day.
It's a nice, queer day.
You! Give me your money!
Hello again. I do have some money, yes.
He's not gonna give you money. What are you doing? Clearly you were just profiling.
Did I sell that unpoor money then?
Oh, no, I don't have it on me, officer. I was talking in more general terms. I'm just spending time with my kid here, showing him around the lesser-known parts of our hometown. It wouldn't be wise to carry huge amounts of cash on such expeditions.
Not that he would have to worry about being robbed. He looks surprisingly buff. Does he work out?
Oh, did he work out?
I do some Lomantang stick fighting now and then.
What's Lomantang stick fighting?
It's an anthropological heritage of the Lomantang people. A martial art of sorts, but what not a lot of books mention is that it also carries a cultural significance among the Lomantangs, as it used to be the best means of showing off to look for a bride, which, interestingly enough, brings us to the socio-economic structure of the traditional rural tribes of the Lomantang Isles, which...
I was going to give you a deal overview of the weird life, the amiable, slightly nervous smile not once leaving his face.
But anyway, I'm boring you with details again. You were saying...
I don't really remember what I was saying.
Then I guess everything got said, right? I do some...
I'm interested in practice. I just want to know how often you work out now and then. What's it like? Once a week?
Lomantang stick fighting is a little like a Berolidin addiction. I've been practicing it for nearly 20 years now, so you could say that my doses have grown a little peculiar.
Wait, what does this man know about Pyrrolidon addiction?
Hold on. Berolidin addiction? What an interesting metaphor. Perhaps not a metaphor at all.
You got me, detective. But my history should hardly come as a surprise.
Here's a former junkie. I can recognize when I see it.
Dad's fighting with sticks every night after dinner for 4 hours. He has a special room for that, and a special costume.
I'm sorry, is your dad Batman?
That's right, Mikhail. It also has a meditative quality. Helps to clear my head. But anyway, I do some Lomantangs.
Wait, what does this man know about...
What is it, twice a week then? Every other day? Man, it's difficult to stay on the right topic with you.
Dad's fighting with sticks every...
That's right, Mikhail. I do some Lomantangs.
Wait.
You got...
Here's a form.
Dad's fight...
That's right, Mikhail.
Okay.
It also has a meditative quality. I do have...
He's not gonna give you...
Of course it... I don't know. If not, then you
Why won't people give me their money?
Oh! I just remembered something.
What's up?
You haven't gotten into the cargo container.
What cargo container?
Wait, no, you have.
I've met the mega rich guy. You gotta stay on topic here.
Like I've said before, watching like 3 different people play Disco Elysium is so hard to remember who's done what.
Well, don't watch the others, then just watch me. I'm the funny one.
You only play twice a week.
Oh yeah? Well, I'm gonna play Spice a week, if you think about it.
Well... You can still do the quest even without the $130 one.
The game should let me sell my, lesser crowbar.
Everything's still cool here, officer.
Poor underprivileged grandma. Humanitarian aid macaronis. Ratted out the lady driver. Okay. Fuck it. Ain't using it for anything else.
See if you have anything to boost rhetoric.
Rhetoric.
Avery, do you own any polo shirts?
Yes.
Polo.
Marco?
Why do you own polo shirt?
Why would I not own a... What do you mean, why would I... What?
Everything's still
I just
cool
asked
here,
it to be
officer.
silly.
No need to dress this one up. Just tell him what you want.
Oh, okay.
Because I am corrupt. I don't really remember how it works, though. Being corrupt, I mean.
Ah, yes. Lots of cops are.
Are you trying to ask for a bribe? If so, you're not doing a very good job.
Sorry, detective.
I need money. I need money. Give me your money. Give me your money. Give me your goddamn money.
Start with a little
Give me the dough.
This is about business, remember.
Hey, you seem like a really successful entrepreneur. Would you like to support a member of the local police force?
Oh, okay. But why, officer?
After all this mess, the broken seals, lying to you,
Think of it as an investment.
An investment? What kind of investment?
Or you could not make this about corruption and go with something even wilder.
Investment in me, a highly experimental human being. My risk-reward ratio is insane. Investment in me not telling your employer about your operation here. I'm a policeman. It's an investment in good relation with the RCM. Investment in your customer base. Gotta prime the pump, man. Let's be insane.
I guess it can't be any riskier than speculating in exotic derivatives. How much are we talking about here?
1 million real.
But officer, I don't have that kind of money. There's got to be a more modest investment.
10 real.
10 real is a bargain for that kind of investment. You got it, my man.
Maybe you do it for now. Okay, we've got over 100. We're still a little bit off. My man, my dude, my guy, my dude man, my guy, my dude guy, my guy man, my man go, my man go.
Mango.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with it. Sure. Let me have a look. Anything else you're thinking of selling?
I kind of need everything else. I mean, if I go and paint the wall, I guess I could sell that, but even then I wouldn't have enough money.
Another time, perhaps.
Like I said, it's not necessary for the quest.
Yeah, but it's necessary for the best. Let's go check up on our wall and see what we have to say. If we have unlocked any new and exciting catchphrases or pictograms of extremely primitive depictions of your mom. Got 'em.
The paintbrush in your hand is like a loaded
Please,
revolver.
Mother of all walls.
What would it be, Desperado?
Her shadow lies there
Quite a
beneath the
few
bright
things
gleam.
come to
Draw through from a pick of a hooting. Something beautiful is gonna happen. No parking.
Renee lives.
I like Renee lives.
I like that more options get added to this. Like,
It's a big decision to make.
Well, Avery, what do you want to do? What do you want to say to the world?
I'm not certain. It's a tough call.
Because
like now that I know that more things appear over time, I kind of want to like keep holding off as long as possible.
Yes?
You could put a point in suggestion and talk to Lillian.
You know what, Liz? Just for you, Inland Empire.
Yes?
There's a dark, sexy mystery twist in this case, Kim Kitsuragi.
Only banal things strike you. At the core, one you should be ashamed of.
Let me at it again! Swing, better swing!
Yes?
Only banal one you should be.
One more! Once more into the breach, we got this!
Yes?
What if you did it?
What if I did it? I've been calling this for ages! Did what, the hangman?
Yes, you killed him. And then, as part of the plan, you drowned out the memory. Forgetting was merely a matter of convenience. Very clever. Maybe this is why your chest feels so hollow. You did an awful thing. And you can't even bring yourself to acknowledge it. Are you sure you would have the strength to take down a hardened mercenary? You're not in the best shape.
Kim, I think I may be the murderer. I killed the man, then tricked myself into forgetting about it.
And what has led you to this conclusion?
My chest feels hollow, like I did something terrible.
That is a common side effect of overindulgence. It will pass.
So you're saying I didn't kill him, but Kim, it turned out to be that I was the one racing around the town in my motor carriage.
The victim wasn't run over by a drunk driver. So, while I can't condone your driving habits, the cases remain unrelated. Look, it's not unusual for detectives to feel complicit in a crime until the perpetrator is identified and apprehended. Especially when the investigation is dragging. So, let's get back to it, shall we?
Nifty.
Swifty. You could also talk to Titus, I guess.
Titus would progress the game, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah, sure.
I know somebody we could talk to. And all it will cost is another skill point, baby, but we're getting those out the wazoo. So I don't give a fuck. What skill do you need, my main man? Composure?
Bye-bye, gendarme.
Fuck. Well, in that case, you know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do?
What?
I'm gonna talk to everyone next time!
No.
What?
No.
You can't know! It's 3 in the morning! We've been streaming for 3 hours!
Nope. You're gonna play more.
No! Too bad!
Yep. Nope. I'm gonna go to 4 a.m.
No, we're not going to 4 a.m.
Yep. Yep.
No!
Yep.
No! 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 No!
You will.
I won't. I don't want it. No. 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 If we go any longer, I will go into a long diatribe about the geopolitical and socioeconomic trends of past generations.
4 a.m. stream.
No! Everybody needs to go to sleep except for me, who needs to stay up for approximately 5 more hours writing up questions for a game show.
4 a.m. stream.
Anyways, thank you all for coming this evening. I hope you all had a
4 a.m.
wonderful
stream.
time. Today's least loved host is Liz for wanting me to go for another hour. I'm kidding. Liz is based. Today's most loved viewer is
4 a.m. stream. 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 Jaden's got my back.
Okay, in that case, least loved viewer is going to Jaden.
No. No.
It's all because it's sorry, Jaden. Liz put the impetus onto you. You are now the most unloved. Anywho, thank you all. I will see you again tomorrow for Phoenix Wright, probably a bit earlier than you'd normally expect, because I'm gonna try to do a second bonus stream that day with our good friend here, Garbanzo Bean. So yeah, hopefully that gets all sorted out. So yeah, I will talk to you all next time. Good night.
Good night.